If you have pond of water, you throw a stone in it, many circles will come. Have you ever yeah. You throw one stone, but how many ripples come? Many, many, many. And they will move. And will go till the side of the lake. What is the meaning of this? One item coming from God is manifest in many different forms. So you have subtle and gross. Tattva is one, and then it changes in money. Nothing else. So that the subtle object in the spiritual world is all chit, is all conscious. In the spiritual world, there is all earth, but it is conscious. That's people don't understand. They ask, is there earth in the spiritual world? They don't understand that the earth can be conscious. Is there earth in Braj? Dust? But what is that? It's conscious. Earth and dust in this world is material. But the people, they cannot understand that. Those who are less intelligent, they cannot grasp this, that it's conscious. That transcendental object, Vishwa. Everything that is in the world is also come from God, whether it be subtle or gross. The transcendental objects has no creation. When we speak of creation, then it's this material, because there is change. Atma is not created. To explain it, we may say it's created, but actually it's not created, it's eternal. What is created has the destruction. Atma has no destruction, it's not created. Body is created, that's why it's temporary, it's changeable, and it will be destroyed. If you know this, then you can understand. Try to understand this. What is saying here? Advaitavadis say how this will come from. But there's no change. How can create something that has changed? But God, although He is not changing, He can still create. But God is avikari, is without change. Mahaprabhu gave an example, like a Parshivani touchstone. It doesn't become gold, but if it touch the metal, it becomes gold. It's not itself doesn't become gold, but it makes something else into gold. At the same time, God, Brahm, He said Achintya Shakti. That's what Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains. You can see as this example. If material object, this material, this Swarshamani, this touchstone, this material. But what does it do? It creates change. And itself, it doesn't change. It doesn't change into gold. It doesn't change. So this Achintya Shakti is there in God, and He can create changeable objects. The Advaitavadis say there's an illusion. They don't accept any other objects. Whatever they see in this world, Panchatattva, they say it's all illusion. In the spiritual world, everything is there, but it's conscious. And that same conscious objects, we see false reflection of that in this material world. You see, from Sachidananda comes Sachidananda, but how comes something material comes that? So you see, it's not we're saying that, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave this example of the touchstone. What is Sparshaman is material. It doesn't change itself, but it creates change into another metal. By change, object is created. If object has no changeable, then there is no creation. But God is not changeable, but still He can create changeable objects. Pran Govind Prabhu is saying something about an example. That is saying the sun creates change in the living entities, but Gurudev is not accepting that example. It's not valid. The example of the touchstone, that is valid. Even though it's material, it creates change. There are many, also these medicines. The bark of a tree, the leaves. You have to leave, and it will cause itch. Is it not? The one Englishman came. He didn't accept Ishvara, God, controller. He said, why are you worshipping a tree? Worshipping Tulsi. Why are you worshipping a tree? This is a tree. There's no special power. So he shook the tree, the Tulsi tree, pressed it. And the next day he came. What are you doing? I'm doing worshipping her. What did he do? There was a tree that the leaves cause itch. Then knowingly he kind of touched it and he said, the Tulsi leaves. He was hitting himself with that, and then from the Tulsi leaves he got itch. Do you understand? So from the first nothing came, but from the other came. I didn't understand either because it's a But anyway, he was didn't understand, catch properly. By this Shakti, everything happens. By mantra, everything happens. Why you chant mantra? Mantra has Shakti. Gurudev. So we give mantra by doing Nam, Dhamma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. You want to get married, chant Chandra. Chant. If you want to get married, chant that you want to with that desire, then it will become fulfilled. Hare Mahamantra. Whatever you want, it can give you. You want, if you have this material desire, the name can fulfill it. They also give other mantras, You just pray to God. I have a desire to get married. Nam Prabhu will fulfill it. Nam Prabhu will get you married to a good girl, a good boy. Nam Prabhu can do anything. Nam Chintamani. By doing Nam, we want marriage? What kind of marriage? Find a good girl with a nice service. Gita Sansar will be created. Gita Sansar. He will give. So now Prabhu will fulfill. Nam Prabhu has the power to give whatever he wants. But everything in this material world is giving suffering. So we have to be intelligent and not ask. Yes, you can get good wife, we will do all the service, everything. Our husband will come, good husband. But the objective is not right. According to karma, the rewards come. If you get a good husband or good wife, it depends on our karma. Let's give you an example of someone. I missed the name. Tigura. If you want whatever you want, you have to be fixed on that and follow the process. Devahuti Kardam. Example of Devahuti and Kardam Amuni. Kardam Amuni was doing bhajans. And then he desired to have a wife. And then the Lord appeared and he said, "Ask, give me a beautiful wife." And tears came from the Lord's eyes. And that became Bindu Madhav, the tears of the Lord. Bindu Madhav lake is there. Bindu Madhav, the name. It is from the tears from the Lord. When Kardamamana, you was doing bhajan, and then you asked for a wife. Okay, I'll give you a wife. And then gave Devahuti. A wife like Devahuti. And who came from his womb? Kapil Dev was born from her. Therefore, Kardam Rishi becomes the husband, and Devahuti the wife, and who become their child? Kapil Dev. If you have to ask the Lord, but to ask Him, you have to do strong bhajan. Those who do bhajan, they're asking. Is showing the picture of Bindu Madhav Lake. It's a lake in Prayak. It's Lord Vishnu's tear. Because he was saying, why is he asking for something material after doing such a. Anyway, anything you can get, but you have to do the bhajan for it. Those who do bhajan, example of Kadam, hearing his request, tear cream from the Lord's eyes. If you ask it this way, his asking was also by the desire of the Lord. If you don't do bhajan and ask the Lord, you don't do bhajan and you asking, if you use changing in the wrong way and asking, and if you ask and you get the wrong objects. If you want to ask. We don't, devotees don't want something like glass. Do we have to go there? Is it time to go to the hall, Gurudev says? Not doing bhajan, doing a little bhajan and asking the Lord, what do you expect to get? God is not less. He's not stupid. Worshipping me and asking for material pleasure. And the other saying, I give you this bhakti mukti, I hide prem. He doesn't give it easily, love. So this two means. But when will God will give that? When you become utkant, this is what is it? Who had utkant? Kardam Rishi. When you have with utkant doing bhajan, he asked wife, what wife did he get? Devahuti. It's not an ordinary. And who came from her womb? This Lord himself, Kapil Dev. The Lord gave Devahuti and then he himself came through his womb. So this type of bhajan has the proper result. We do little bhajan and we ask for the surrounding, so we get the result will be not the same. He's asking something about the Lord crying. Change to the material world, like we cry for our parents or for our children, and Lord crying for his devotee is on another level. Like Lord Nrsimha crying, seeing Prahlad. This is Vatsalya Bhav. Our Lord hides Prem Dhan. If someone is not doing bhajan properly, God will give him the things of this world, bhakti and mukti, sense enjoyment and liberation. Lord again says, he doesn't know asking for this material objects, and he doesn't know it's giving him suffering. I don't want to give that. Even though they ask, I don't want to give. What will I do with it? So just suffer from it. When Lord gives in a good way, like he gave to Kardam Rishi wife and also son, why? Because God had to do his Leela, his pastimes. Through Kapil Dev, he had to give bhakti. So that request from Kardamuni came by the Lord's intervention. But normally he doesn't want to give his devotees things that will entangle them in this material world. Krishna says, worshipping me and asking something from this material world, but I'm not, don't take this. Fire is an example of the fire burns. If the child doesn't want to listen, the mother will let it touch the fire. So Krishna is also doing that with his devotees. If you want something material and you're not listening, he will give you. And then you, through the suffering, you will realize. I know that this is will give you suffering, but is asking. I don't want to give, but I want the devotee to forget these material things. But if you're fixed, if a devotee becomes too attached to wanting something, the Lord still fulfills it. Like Dhruva Maharaj. You have to have utkantha. You know the meaning of utkantha? Enthusiasm. Yeah. As Gurudev insisting, okay, Gurudev, you have to give. Then he said, okay, have it. Vairagya will not come unless there is bhajan. Jnana Vairagya are the two sons of Bhakti Devi. When you do bhakti, Jnana Vairagya will automatically follow. Vairagya, easy definition of Vairagya, what is that? Becoming especially attracted to Krishna and disenchanted with the material world. In the mind, two kinds of desires will arise when doing bhajan. By keeping praying, then we get the result. Jew is an illusion. What is Patni? Wife. Oh, Agni. What is Agni? It has heat. And in the spark, there's also heat. They're taking this different directions. The body is changeable. There's no destruction, there's transformation from one object to the next. If you have paper, you burn it, it becomes ashes. Paper, first we call it paper, and then we burn it, and then we call it ashes. Everything in this world is changeable, nothing is eternal. This transforms, the energy transforms from one form to another. Whatever we see in this world, whatever we see in this world, one object transforms into another object. That is what unseal, changeable. Just like there was no building here, and after a few years this building stands, in 100 years it won't be here, and then in 100 years again another building will rise. Our body, this doesn't change. Every moment it changes. Jaiva Dharma first. Read Jaiva Dharma. 6 changes in the material objects. Yes, it's born, grows. What does it happen with the body? It grows, and then it decays. The 6 processes of the body, and then after it decays, it's born, it grows, it stays inside, that produces and then dwindles and then dies, like that. There's 6 transformations. Jaiva Dharma explains it. There's always change in this material transformation. In Sanskrit, this is called transformation. No. Parivartan. Parivartan is change. If I Guru is asking what it's called. No. Parinam, but transformation. Parinam. Parinam, but synonyms. Parinam, that is the Vaishnava terminology for transformation. The doctrine of transformation, Parinam Bhat. But they say Parinam. Doctrine of transformation. Parinam Bhat, doctrine of transformation. Did you understand? You have to remember these Vaishnava terms. Parinam Bhat. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave emphasis on Shakti Parinam, the change of the Shakti. Our body is always changing. Nothing in this material is eternal. Everything is changeable. And okay. Sachitananda, there is no transformation. There's no change in object. Atma, it doesn't change. Suksha is subtle. It's Sachitananda. It's eternal, transcendental. It looks like you don't understand anything. It looks like you don't understand anything, Gurudev says. In Satchitananda object, there is no transformation. In material objects, always transformations. In Bhagwan Brahm Satchitanand established that even though the Lord is unchangeable, He creates a changeable world. Getting tired from explaining and still you're not understanding. You're coming back to the same point. What is Satchitananda? Even though he is avikari, he creates. Try to understand this. So many times you're listening and still not understanding. It's not so easy. By doing bhajan, nam bhajan, you will realize. By listening, hearing, it will manifest. But if you don't listen, and we will expect it to manifest, how can that happen? We have to do. We have to do bhakti anushiran. If you think, if it is manifest, what is the no use of telling? You have to do Shravan Kirtan. If you don't follow the flames of bhakti, then you cannot get the realization. What is the time? Ki Jai.